Hello and welcome. It is highly articulated. I am Adam. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm solo today, just gonna be talking about December. It's the holiday season. It's Christmas season for me, and I just wanted to chat a little bit about stuff that I'm looking forward to for Christmas. Schedule for sort of what's coming up on the channel in the month of December, and potentially into January and that's about it. Might be a quick one today, but we're here now, so let's get into it. Um, Kansas, just saying a quick hello. Still on the road. Hello, Ken. Good to see you. Caught your panel this morning. A great panel about figures versus vehicles. You know what kind of collecting people do. Great video. If you weren't there to watch it live, check out Ken's Toy Connections channel and check that video out, among many other great videos. But yeah, let's get right into it. Just absolutely wanted to start off by saying a huge thank you to everybody that watches the channel and interacts and hangs out with me sometimes. Um, if I forget to do that on sort of videos coming up, it's been a great year. It's been a fun year, and it's only been sort of within this past year that I've started doing these. So I just wanted to express some gratitude to all the viewers, all the co-hosts, anybody that's commented or messaged me or anything like that. I appreciate that. So thank you. First of all, I just came across this, so just threw this one up on the screen. And I just love this time of year. I love all the stuff that sort of comes with the season, whether it's the weird art from places where it shouldn't be coming from, like Star Wars. I love the music. I mentioned on a video yesterday that the Whamageddon game is fantastic. I think that's such a fun thing to do. But I'm out right away. I'm out within the first week every year because as soon as December hits, my Christmas playlist goes on and I listen to Christmas music. If I'm listening to music, I'm listening to Christmas music. So as soon as December 1 hits, that playlist comes into play, and I usually get to Wham within the first week or so, and I'm not disappointed because I am in the small minority that absolutely loves that song. But anyway, this week in toy news related to things that I enjoy, the big thing this week was the release. Four Horsemen did a sort of surprise release of the latest Figura Obscura figure. It is the third in the line, following on Krampus and the Headless Horseman. This is, of course, their version of Santa Claus. Fantastic figure. I think it's still available, or it was last time I refreshed their the Four Horsemen website store, which is of course storehorseman.com. So if you're interested in this figure at all, definitely go check it out. Great figure, great soft goods, great representation of sort of a traditional Santa. Comes with a whole bunch of great accessories. If you're a Mythic Legions collector, I think this is going to be a great figure that I think fits in with Mythic Legions. And if you're not a Mythic Legions collector, I think this is a really great Santa Claus figure. I was on the fence about that Big Bad Toy Store exclusive one, but that one's completely out of my mind now that sort of this one has come into play. Just an absolutely amazing figure. And if you're interested at all in sort of getting into this guy, the Red Krampus is also still available. And my Red Krampus should be coming pretty soon. I believe that eCollectibles will be receiving their order of Krampus figures this week, and should be turning around and shipping them out as quickly as they can. Hoping to get this sort of in time for Christmas, get them on display, get them on the shelf. and I think Mike still has some available. So if you want to grab one of these for your sort of alternative Christmas display, I guess, reach out to Mike at eCollectibles, and I think he can still make that happen. As far as other things that are sort of in the pipeline that I'm expecting to get sooner rather than later, um, it came as quite a big surprise, at least to me, that these figures are going to be landing pretty soon. I know that some people have already seen all of these figures, depending on where they ordered them from. Um, I anticipate seeing mine sooner rather than later. The Dusty Zarana Crimson Guard wave is hitting, and it's shipping, and sort of depending on, like I said, who you've ordered it from, you may see yours before Christmas. I I don't know, but most of the things that I've heard about these figures shipping this particular wave is that it's primarily Canada. I think some European countries have seen Crimson Guard, but I don't know that they've seen Dusty or Zarana. Um, I know that Dusty and Zarana will arrive for me before Christmas. The Crimson Guard is still sort of the wild card, because they didn't ship them in full cases for whatever reason. They shipped these as straight cases. So um, Mike got Dusty and Zarana, and he's just waiting on the Crimson Guard before he potentially ships the lot to me. Um, speaking on things that are arriving sort of in time for Christmas, um, the retro carded X-Men wave is landing too, and I know that Mike got a couple of them, but not the whole wave, and so that's coming too. I'm really excited for those. It's kind of bonkers how many toys I may have under the Christmas tree. It's been a lot of years since I've had sort of like a whole Christmas morning, Santa and presents and so on. I think I'm probably going to have a lot, and I think I'm probably going to have to wrap a whole bunch of them and put them under there and label them from Santa. Um, but we shall see. Um, I may add one of these to that box too, because I was late to the party reading The Last Ronin, but these figures look absolutely stunning, and everybody that's got them in hand has just. I haven't heard anybody sort of make any complaint about these figures, which I was hoping that they would. And so it's just a matter of, which one do I get, the armored or the unarmored? I'm leading towards the armored, but the unarmored does have a few accessories that I would like. So we will see. Let's just quickly jump into the comments here and say hello to Brick Something. Brick Something says, "Woohoo, Krampus! Yeah, street date is officially tomorrow. Funny times, or fun times." He corrected himself. Fun times. Um, yeah, the street date thing is a pain in the butt because being in Canada, um, the Canadian distributors take a little bit longer to get their figures, and so I know that Mike Mike basically got a shipping notification on I think it was Friday, and that means he'll see them sort of early next week. He's not, I mean, he's not far away from where they're shipping from, and he's not far from the border, so he should get them Monday, maybe Tuesday, which means he'll have them in time for his weekly shipments this coming week. So we should see those, like I said, sooner rather than later. For me now, it's just the decision of sort of what extras I want in that box with like I said, the Krampus, the GI Joe figures, as well as the Marvel Legends retro carded figures. Do I add that last Ronin? Do I add one or two more of the TMNT Ultimates? Do I add the Turtle Blimp? I don't know. These are difficult questions, and right before Christmas, it's not always easy to make objective decisions. As I've been sort of in a mood to buying my kids presents, buying cool figures and cool stuff that I like, that I want to give to them. Buying too much stuff, if I'm being perfectly honest, and having to explain why my 7-year-old may be watching this or may watch this later today, so I can't say too much. But being sort of asked specific questions about why so many of something or something like that. But that's Christmas. That's what you got to do. That's what you do for kids. Brick something says, yeah, the awkward pressure to add more things to save on shipping. I'm already over the so eCollectibles does have a sort of a minimum shipping order threshold for free shipping, and I'm already over that, so that's not an issue at all. It's more down to what do I need now, and what can I wait until after Christmas to get. But I'm also kind of looking at this shipment. I'm trying to be objective as well. I'm trying to think, okay, this will be my last shipment for December, and then I'm away for a lot of January, so I won't get anything in January. It probably won't be until February. So I kind of need 2 months worth of stuff. So I guess that kind of justifies going a little bit harder on this shipment, but we'll see. And as soon as I get it, I'll let everybody know, of course. But like I said, there may be one of these guys in there among other, other Ninja Turtle stuff. But we will see. The next sort of thing this week was the reveal of another Ewok in the Black Series. As I said before, my Black Series collecting parameters were up until very recently versions of Luke Skywalker and then characters from The Mandalorian, or sort of things by extension. I did buy the Book of Boba Fett version of Boba Fett because I thought that was close enough. He was in The Mandalorian, so it qualified. Now with these Return of the Jedi sort of retro carded card back figures, I had sort of said to myself that I wasn't going to get into the Ewoks unless they released Wicket. Now they've released Wicket. They've now sort of revealed the Paplu, which was of course the Ewok that was released in the Heroes of Endor. I think it was a PulseCon exclusive last year, and I passed on it because it didn't fit my parameters. But now, I set the bar of Wicket, and they've sort of exceeded that now. Wicket and Paplu are sort of on order. I can't wait to get them. I really hope they re-release the third Ewok that they've already done and more, because I'm here for any and all Ewoks that Hasbro wants to do in a 6-inch scale, because I think being that they are an alien race, they can kind of fit in wherever you want to fit them in. I think they will work with my Mythic Legion stuff. They will certainly work with my Black Series and other sort of 6-inch scaled Hasbro stuff. I'm also looking at Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. Now, they don't really fit the aesthetic, but I think they kind of pass the check as far as they can be, because they can be their own race. They can have a slightly different aesthetic. That's how I'm justifying it in my head, at least. But these guys look absolutely amazing. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to getting them and more. And I may even go so far as to sort of extend the rules. I've said it before, Return of the Jedi is and probably forever will be my absolute favorite Star Wars media. It was sort of my introduction to Star Wars. It is still the film that I enjoy the most. I get that maybe objectively it's not the best of the original trilogy or the best representation of Star Wars, yada yada yada. You could go on. People do. I will save everybody the boredom of me explaining by myself without any sort of counter conversation. That Return of the Jedi for me is Star Wars. The Murder Bears, the Ewoks are Star Wars to me. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I probably saw one, if not both, of the Ewok movies before I had seen all of the original trilogy movies. So the Ewoks, for me, hold a very, very special place in my heart, and I honestly don't get the hate that they get because they're just so adorable. I challenge anybody with a heart to watch the Battle of Endor scene where the ATSTs are taking out Ewoks. That one where it kind of shoots down and a couple of them fall over. Split second, one of them pops back up, looks at his buddy. His buddy doesn't get up. He shakes him, and he can't get him to wake up. And if you watch that scene and you don't feel a certain kind of way, I don't know. I don't know, man, because that's heartstring stuff for me. Um, and like I said, because that was my first exposure to Star Wars at I think the age of like 5, it stuck with me in a big way. So I just love the Ewoks and any and all Ewok stuff. I'm good with. Relevant to Brick Something. I think Brick Something. You're very much a Star Wars Lego fan as well. The Lego Endor playset is one of my absolute favorite playsets. It's phenomenal. You get tons of Ewoks in there. Anytime they have an Ewok release, even if I don't need the set, I'll buy it if there's a new Ewok minifigure in there. So um, that stuff is just some of my favorite stuff. And as it's the holiday season, that's when we get to talk about our favorite stuff and talk about why we love this time of year. Um, Brick Something says, "Let's not suffer those people that comment on one's preferences. My favorite Star Wars is great. High five. That's how the conversation should generally go." Yeah, you're absolutely right, and that's everybody's got their favorite for a specific reason. And if you're somebody that's objective about why your favorite Star Wars is whatever it is, great. If you're somebody that's like me, maybe a little bit more subjective, that's perfectly fine too. The discussion is very often sort of approached um, in sort of the framework of not everything that Star Wars puts out is for you. There's lots of different Star Wars fans, multi-generational, across the board. If you got into Star Wars and saw Star Wars, before it was called A New Hope in the theaters in 1977, you may have a very different opinion of what Star Wars is compared to somebody like my 7-year-old who was exposed to kind of tidbits of cartoons, Galaxy of Adventures, the YouTube exclusive, I believe, like Jedi training show that they did. She loves that stuff. She has yet to watch the original trilogy. I'm working on it for this year. I think maybe this year we'll try, but we will see. Um, but Brick says that Ewok moment is critical to Star Wars. I absolutely agree. I think it's one of those moments where it's a somewhat, I guess for lack of a better word, it's sort of a primitive culture fighting against the Empire. Um, what seems like insurmountable odds and sort of overcoming, but that's also sort of the end of the Empire. That's the Battle of Endor is the defining battle of the rebellion versus the Empire. So in a lot of ways, to me, that movie it is very critical in a lot of ways. I get why people don't like the Ewoks. I get it. They're entitled to their incorrect opinion. We'll just leave it at that. um, but on the topic, like I said, being that it is the holiday season, and I'm gonna just sort of talk about a couple of the holiday season things that are sort of going on and sort of in the news and so on and so forth. If you haven't, if you're a Star Wars fan and you've never seen the Star Wars Holiday Special, seek it out and watch it. It is terrible. If you're criticizing the Ewoks, this is where your attention should be as far as criticism. Like I said, I love everything Star Wars. I love everything holidays. call me a shill. I'll take it. I will wear, Star Wars shill as a badge of honor. I love the holiday special for what it is, with all its weird quirks and Han and Luke in heavy, heavy makeup, Chewbacca's perverted relatives, the very weird musical sort of scene, but it does still have the Boba Fett cartoon, which I still think is pretty cool. I think it's still pretty fun. It's definitely worth checking out, if for no other reason than you'll probably have some time on your hands where um, you'll have time to kill, and it's not that long. I think it's about 40 minutes, so you can very much get it in. And like I said, you have to watch it once. There's lots of great Christmas specials out there. This isn't one of them, but but watch it anyway because it's fun, it's great. It is a historical document, insofar as it sort of reflects how big Star Wars was at the time, and the fact that they even made it. We have had Star Wars Christmas holiday special since. I think they did like a Lego one, which is not for me. My daughter's watched that one. She loves that one. We'll probably watch that one again this year. If you don't want to watch the holiday special, but you want some equally cringe-worthy Star Wars related Christmas material, there is also always the Star Wars Christmas album, A Christmas in the Stars, which is equally as odd and equally as much a sort of time capsule, into what kind of cultural influence Star Wars had, way back when it was fresh and new. We didn't have prequels, we didn't have sequels, we didn't have TV shows for Star Wars. Well, I shouldn't say that. I don't know. I think this probably predates the cartoons that we have had for Star Wars, because there was Star Wars cartoons. There was droids and there was Ewoks, but anyway, I think those came a little bit later. This is not on my Spotify sort of Star Wars Christmas playlist, because quite simply it's just an odd thing. It just doesn't fit. These songs would get skipped by my family. But like I said, check it out. It's well worth checking out. Just as this is, but anyway. As I said, very quick episode. I don't have a ton to chat about. Like I said, the sort of relevant toy news to me was more that things were getting early released, other than the reveal slash, I guess, in stock order of the Four Horsemen's figure Obscura Santa Claus. There wasn't a ton for me in terms of news. As far as what December is going to look like for the channel, I just sort of quickly wanted to sort of go over what I've got planned, just so that people are aware, just so that you can kind of coordinate. I always love to have people here live to chat with me, and a lot of what I do is going to be live, because I am at the mercy of the technology that I have, and my ability to edit videos is pretty crap. So I tend to go live, because then it's done. I can do sort of the prep stuff beforehand, do my live video, and then walk away, and just tweak a couple things after the fact. But so coming up in the month of December, next Saturday, December 10th, we will be doing in Saturday Nights Live, we will do a top 3 Mythic Legions of 2022. The parameters for all of these are all the top 3 of 2022 are going to be released and purchased in 2022. So if you got an old figure, or you got something that was released, outside those parameters, it doesn't really count, because you could just buy grails and then people would just pick their top 3 favorites. And we're going to do a few top 3 videos this month, because it's an easy topic. It's great for the end of the year. And then going into January, we're going to do a couple top threes as well. Next Sunday, December 11th, I will be joined once again, very hopefully, if everything works out, if schedules work out and there's no hiccups. Jeremy from Authority Figure as well as Patty are going to join me again next week for a top three that we sort of talked about, I think, in the last video that we did, or at least after we did the video. Top three toy lines that we don't really know why they exist. So top three, like, why did they think this was a good idea? Toy lines is coming next Sunday. The Saturday after that, Saturday, December 17th, I will be doing a Northern Outpost debrief video for G.I. Joe Classified, top three G.I. Joe Classified figures of 2022. The Sunday after that, which is December 18th, so not next Sunday, but the following Sunday, December 18th, will be sort of the year in review 2022 wrap up of top three action figures of 2022. So it'll be sort of across all lines. I'm personally leaning towards leaving out G.I. Joe and Mythic Legions because I'll already have done those top three, but there may be people that have those in their top three. Christmas Eve, which is the following Saturday after that. So Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then New Year's Eve, New Year's Day fall on Saturday, Sundays, which is normally when I do videos. Christmas Eve, very likely that I will take a pass and not do a video on Christmas Eve. Now, if I can get something recorded before that, I may sort of show. I may post it on Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, I'm still, I planted the seed and I'm still trying to work out the details. Christmas Day, I think I'll still do a video. And the reason is, there's always a lull. You know, Christmas morning, you know, the kids wake up, we do the presents, you know, check if Santa's come, see what's going on. We do all that. And then we kind of do nothing until like dinner time. So I think for a lot of people, you know, if you're like me, you may be looking for something to do for an hour in the afternoon, and I'm gonna try to work that out. Like I said, I planted that seed, and I'm trying to come up with a premise for a video, or sort of an idea for a video that'll work. What I'm leaning towards right now is doing a video of sort of a Christmas haul video live, so it makes sense to do it on Christmas Day. It may be the normal time slot that we do, the 2 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock Eastern. I may bump it forward a little bit, just because 5 o'clock Eastern might be when people are kind of settling in for family time, for Christmas dinner, and so on and so forth. That's assuming we do the video at all. We may not, but I'm probably going to get, there's very likely going to be some other people in the house, some family members from out of town, and so they may be, I may sort of, normally when I do these, I'm in my office by myself, but I may do a video where I sort of leave the door open and sort of let them come in and chat if they want, sort of say hello and stuff like that. And I would love to sort of hear about your hauls as well. That's another thing. I may make it so that if you want to show your haul, you know, people can jump on and sort of show their haul as well. Working out the technical details of that may not be as easy as I think, but I'm optimistic that maybe we can do it. But you know, that remains to be seen. That's what I'm aiming for. We'll see what the reality is. New Year's Eve, I may be by myself because I don't know how many people are going to want to join me for it. But I'm going to do another Northern Outpost debrief. It's going to be a review of all the classified figures from 2022. In the Northern Outpost group, we are going to be doing, as we did last year, the figure showdown, where we're going to have brackets and people are going to vote on, you know, their favorite figure, the best figure of the year. And we will discuss, you know, that bracket. We will discuss the winner, because the way that I schedule it, it usually works that New Year's Eve is when we have the winner, or at very least the final is usually on New Year's Eve. So we will be down to 2, and we can sort of discuss that on New Year's Eve, because why not? I mean, you're going to be up till midnight. And you know, that again, I'm going to be at home. I never leave my house. So there's no reason for me not to do videos on you know, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. New Year's Day, I'm going to do a top 3 most anticipated figures of 2023. As well as I sort of had the idea of talking about toy resolution. So am I going to be making any amendments to my collecting rules? Am I going to be, you know, will I, you know, do I need to lose some weight collector wise, so to speak? Do I need to trim down my collection? Do I need to change my consuming habits and sort of alter my rules? Like I said, that will be on New Year's Day, and then I feel like I had something else planned, but I didn't write it down on my notes. So I think I have something planned for January 8th as well, but I can't remember what it is. But that's just sort of a rundown of sort of what's coming up with the channel. I know that the holidays can be very, very busy for people, so I very much hope that sort of people are able to join when I'm doing the videos. I understand if they can't, you know, between friends, family, so on and so forth. It gets hectic, it gets crazy, but I hope that you guys can all join me. I have put links down below to the highly articulated Facebook page. If you're already a subscriber to the channel, go check that out. That's where I'm going to post sort of schedules, updates, things like that. So the notifications on YouTube aren't always great. You're not always going to get as much notification as maybe I would like, or maybe you would like. So I will be posting sort of pretty regular updates as far as the schedule goes on there, if you're at all interested. But yeah, that's really all I got, guys. Didn't have too much to chat about today. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything, fire away in the comments. And I'm happy to chat, because we did a short one this week, because I didn't have anybody lined up. I didn't have a particular topic going on. Like I said, it's been kind of a funny week in that respect, because it's been a lot of news about releases, not a ton of news about reveals, or you know, there's kind of there's like oddly nothing new to talk about. It's just what's shipping, what's going to arrive in time for Christmas, so on and so forth. How how broke everybody is at the end of the year. Isn't that always the way? Don't we always start the year sort of optimistic that we're gonna have you know, better budgeting and like better ability to manage all this stuff, and then by December we're like, well, that didn't work out. But anyway, Brick Something says, have a great week, Adam. Yeah, absolutely, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate that. You too. I'm sure we'll chat. But yeah, if nobody has any other questions or comments, you know, please feel free to like and subscribe, hit that notifications button. As I said at the beginning, you know, absolutely, you know, over the moon in terms of appreciation for anybody and everybody that watches videos that I do. I think it's within the last week I crossed over the 100 subscribers threshold, which when I started in January, sort of doing these on YouTube, seemed like a lot to me. And it still feels like a big deal, because I've very much not tried to grow the channel in any way other than organically, just sort of doing the videos and hoping people like them. And so I have to just say thank you. I just you know, really really I'm shocked that that people pay attention, that people are watching, that people want to see me talk and ramble on. But I appreciate it, and it's been a fun year. It's been a great year. I'll say this again, I'm sure, in later videos, Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Those tend to be those times where people get very sentimental and appreciative, and I will very much do that again. But we set up the Christmas tree today, and I'm sort of just feeling I'm in the Christmas mood. I'm in the holiday mood already. It's like I said, for me, December 1st hits. This is my favorite time of the year. It's my favorite holiday of the year. Four Horsemen released Santa Claus, and so I'm just I'm geared up and ready to go for Christmas. And I hope to have a lot of you guys along for the ride, and I hope that we can hang out, chat, and so on and so forth. So until next time, thank you, and have a great day, have a great weekend, have a great week, and we'll chat again soon. Bye bye.